the angle. Oh, yes!
What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Lockout Podcast. I'm your host, Josh, coaching captain of the Young Gold. I'm here with Hawko.
That's right, I'm Hawker, manager of the Dark Brotherhood, and we've got one of the boys back today, thankfully. The other one's probably dead, but oh well. Croxy.
Yeah, we'll get more on Ryan in a moment, but my name's Croxy, leader of Juck Flush FC, the greatest team name on the podcast, and we're here for a round 9 review of our scores and a preview into round 10. Josh, what's happened with Ryan?
Yeah, unfortunately, Ryan has passed. He didn't pass the test of being on the podcast, but he has passed on some details. So I guess we'll cover off that as we build in. But you know what's really interesting? The weeks he's not here, where's he starting the position from? He's not here, is he? He's at the bottom. So we lead off with Ryan.
Those first 3 weeks, he was like, "Yep, boys, let's get the podcast going. Like, I'll set it all up. Let's go." And now it's
just to give you an idea, though. Like, everyone had a pretty bad week. There were some 1,800, 1,900 scores out there. The traders, the only person that scored higher than Ryan was Warney with 6 points extra than Ryan. And so Ryan, what did he score? He scored a 2057, did he? Off the top of my head. And that 2057, yes, 2057, and that I don't know where that's put him in rank because we didn't really.
He's out to 30k. I can tell you exactly.
He's at 30k.
He's at
30,000. Surely not. No way.
Yeah, he's at 30,874. 30,874. So
yeah,
he was in the top 2,000 at one stage.
Yeah, 1,100 or something, wasn't he? 1,100,
yeah.
I think it was his highest.
And so the wheels have well and truly fallen off this bandwagon that he's built, mainly through some dubious trade decisions. But, yeah, that's Ryan.
Well, we segued straight into that, guys. We here at the Lockout Podcast, as you can tell, Ryan is dead, so we're just skipping through it, guys. We're just rolling through it. Yeah, I guess we'll go into the next person then. Obviously, we kind of skipped that whole intro, but I was next, unfortunately. I scored what did I score? Well, it was a little bit better than Ryan, thankfully.
22-1. No, it's 21-22. That looks it.
Yeah, that would be it. 21-22. I scored 21-22. Only made 128k, which again isn't great. A lot of that money is starting to dry up, but I did find that I was making money. But then again, it's once again this week the primos did lose quite a bit of money. It wasn't even primos. Maybe those 900 to 700,000 players lost a bit of money, which isn't great. But we live and we learn. And I did come in, which isn't hard though. And Ryan's still out of me, which isn't great. I'm at 37,000, so hasn't been a good year for me. So
you're building. Honestly, you're going to be ahead of Ryan by next week. So I wouldn't worry.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Nick, I think you are the perennial bridesmaid.
Yeah, I love being a bridesmaid. I've only been a bride twice, but every other week I've been a bridesmaid. And so I was at 14,564th last week, so I'd blown out to well outside 10k, but I brought it back in. So this week I'm scoring 21.66, so a little bit ahead of Hawko there, still in the 21s. Pretty good, like I said, considering lots of people had a shit week out there, and that's brought me into 10,253rd, so I'm back on the cusp of being in the top 10k.
Didn't quite break that mark.
So
been good.
I'm in the top 10%, which is okay. So, yeah, let's live and learn and keep on moving on. And my cash gen went up 185k to just under 23 mil. So 23,973. So it's still drying up a lot. The main problem is I've got these freaking players that just keep on getting injured or not playing, like Dyson Sharp, who are held from the start. I was so stoked that he came back and started making money, and then he's gone and done his shoulder again. So
mate, I think you mentioned Dyson Sharp about 4 times on your little notes from last week, mate. So, yeah, like, you were more than happy for him to come back.
I
was so stoked. I was like, oh, this is the great hold. It's from Sean Manor from years ago where I held him through basically the entire season for him to go bananas at the end. But, yeah, it's just a bit tough at the moment with the cash gen, as Josh was pointing out to me. I'm doing well on the score, but not so well on the cash gen.
The team value is lagging.
Yeah.
Left and right.
But the scores are doing okay. And I've only got, this week, I only had 3 rookies on field, and next week I should have just the 2.
Very nice.
But this is where the seasoned vet is showing his fangs now. Josh is coming out of nowhere.
So Josh, tell us how great your score was.
Yeah, tell us how good the money is and the score is.
My score was not that great. I was the highest score on the podcast, but not by that much, really, Nick. Like, we were pretty similar. 21.97 for me.
Points you got in.
So about 21, 30 points, something like that. I had a round rank though of 4,039. So I thought it was going to be a better week than what it was in the end, but pretty happy with that. That has brought me in 7,000 spots. I'm into 15,027. Starting to make some moves, which is great.
The last 2 weeks you've gone up like, what?
It's
about 12K?
Yeah, 12,000 spots.
Yeah. That's a big jump in the last 2 weeks.
4 weeks, he's gone up about 25,000. I think by the sounds of it. So,
Weren't you at 60K at some stage?
Probably at some point. Anyway, let's keep it moving. Cash in. I ended up making 209,000 last week, so pretty happy with that. And it's brought my team value up to 23.743 million, which I'm stoked with. I think that it's heading in the right direction. I think when I look at the stats on the Bit in That Twitter page, I'm sitting at about I think it's about top 10,000 for team value, and I want to keep that going towards top 1K, so I can bring it home at the end of the year. Hawker and I were talking, last week, just around how much do we need to have that 24 primo, and it's probably getting up towards 25, 26 mil in terms of team value. So it's a lot of work to go, but I think we're heading in the right track.
You got best 22, but then you want to have a bloody bench player that can potentially come in, especially when you're coming in buys now.
At least one for each position, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a little bit of the looping game of like, okay, I can stream the matchups a little bit more and not just rely on, if someone does go down, I could put on a couple 100 points in 1 week, and that could bring me up the leaderboard. So just keep hunting. What do the traders say? It's like, be a buttermouse, just keep churning, keep swimming away, and eventually you work your way to the top. So, trying to grind up there. Should we head into Brownlows? I know that you've got Ryan's.
Do you want to kick it off since you scored well?
Yeah, I'll lead off. So my 3 votes, I might just do the 3, 2, 1, and then you guys can jump in from there. But 3 votes, I gave it to my captain, Archie Roberts. Just absolutely lit it up after
which is why you scored more than me. I don't have Archie, unfortunately.
Bit of a suspect 109 from Butters, and I was trying to figure out whether or not I was going to take it. And my mate Alex and I were going backwards and forwards, and I was going to take his 109, except that I forgot to put Doveston onto field, and so then I had to look for a captain option, and it had to be Archie Roberts. So he takes the 3 votes. Luke Jackson was stellar. He's going to take 2 votes, and then Harry Sheasel was big as well with the 1 vote. So collectively, nothing lower than a 127 in my votes there. So pretty happy with the team output.
It's always going to help, mate. That is always going to help. Croxy?
I'll keep tracking.
Do you want to do Ryan first?
No, we'll go Ryan last because he scored lowest, right? We'll just go in order. Bont, for me, with a 143 was my 3. The Bont, just doing Bont things still. If you don't have him, he's definitely one to look at this week.
Incredible performance.
Yeah, amazing. And with the strap in the last 2 weeks, really, or 3 weeks even, he's been gun. Luke Jackson is my 2 with the 128 there, and the ruck there, he just keeps on doing the business. Best ruck of the season, I think, above anyone else at the minute.
Easy.
And he could be in the top 2 for the season, I reckon. He's got a decent run coming up too. Bailey Smith, he's got my rocket from last week, being the flop of the week for me, and he's turned a 71 into a 127. So he's my 1 vote for the Brownlow.
Hawker, do you want to roll
you're up next.
into... Well, I'll go then if we want, give me 1 second. All right, so easily should be for me. So Roberts for 3, Dawson for 2, and Sheasel for 1 for me.
What Dawson score?
129 or something, 125,
Brilliant.
Something like that.
Amazing.
So him holding that was luckily good for me. Roberts, unfortunately, did a great score. Just should have captained him like I did a few weeks ago, and it would have been an amazing score. But as the boys pointed out, it doesn't really matter. It was because did you say you viced Butters, Josh?
Yeah.
Yeah, so did I. So that was a tough decision. We both went off, and you obviously had the better choice in that. So
did you even take the vice? Did you?
No, I didn't take the Vice either. I swapped off. I was going to go Roberts or Bont. Roberts or Gawn, and I obviously was asleep for the Roberts game, so I wasn't sure. So I slept through it and went Gawn, and obviously that was unfortunate for me. But yeah, so not too bad there. Ryan's, what do we got for Ryan's?
Ryan's has gone Roberts for 3, obviously going there. He didn't captain him though, which he mentioned in his little voice memo, which sounded horrendous. So we're not boring you with that there, listeners. And then he went Baslenka for 2 votes, with Harry Sheasel in 1 vote, both scoring 127 there for him. Awesome. Are we going to go on flops? Should we go flops?
Yeah,
we can do flops. Yep.
Take us through.
Straight into Ryan's flop is Rochelle. So obviously the bloke has had a bit of a role change and he's spending way too much time down forward. I was actually chatting to Ryan on the phone earlier this afternoon before he passed, and he said to me, he's like, yeah, Rochelle, I need to get rid of him. And I'm like, yeah, I'm thinking about it too, mainly because the last couple of weeks I've been looking at him and he's just waltzing around the forward 50, like not getting the ball, like getting overlooked, and yeah, he's not even been kicking like a huge amount of goals. And when you look at his last couple of rounds, you've gone, 67, 54, 71, 66. Like, that is just not what you bought him in for, and Rankin's kind of taken that role off him.
Yeah.
For me,
fair enough.
It was extremely hard. I was either thinking of Rochelle or I was thinking of the other one was Kasai Pickett, and I think I've gone with Pickett because he's been a recent in for me, and he's got a 58 against the Eagles. Although he got tagged, it's like you think he could shake it. Like, he's pretty quick. He hasn't shaked the James Jordan tag, getting 96, but the 58 from Hoff is like pretty terrible. Not happy with that one.
All right, just letting you know, Croxy, that's 9 weeks in a row. You haven't doubled up on your flop of the week, so you're doing well.
Oh, perfect. Yes.
You're doing all right.
That is not a streak that I'm going to continue.
Well, I think that's a good streak for me because that means that I've not picked horrendously and they've come back after the next week after getting a rocket.
Yeah, Josh and Ryan are the ones who've already done it. Me and you are still going, and yeah.
Perfect.
So you're doing
well. Let me jump in because even though I was top scorer, I did back up and choose the same person. I have chosen that same person a couple of times. And
wait, that's it. He's got to go. If it's
Dylan Moore,
that's 3 weeks.
Dylan
that's
Moore,
3.
You have to use a trade.
You literally can fuck right off. It's unbelievable how disappointing you could be. You are a guy that averaged 90 for years. And all you can average is a little baggie and a scissor lift. And you can't even get your way out of that. So let's just rein it in.
He got out with police assistance.
Yeah, well, with Conor McDonald as well. They both shouldn't be in my team. I'm actually bewildered at the idea that Dylan Moore could be so bad. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
He's someone that I took in draft, and I'm pissed with him.
Is Dylan Moore? You need to go. The only saving grace that you have, my friend, is that there is carnage everywhere, and I might not be able to swing it. That is the only thing saving you from getting kicked in your ass out onto the streets.
Well, that's 3 out of the 4 weeks. Your last 4 weeks, Moore has been your flop of the week now. So,
yeah.
I mean, if
you have to sell him
for some reason, yeah, that's what I thought. But if he has to stay for some reason and gets it again next week, we're vetoing any trades, and he's just
how many weeks have you owned him? Have you only owned him 4 weeks?
No, probably like 6 or 7, I think. Yeah, he's owned him a little while. Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
And it's slowly gotten worse. So,
mate. All right. Well, I suppose doubling down a little bit on that, Josh mentioned him. Dylan Moore's partner in crime was my flop of the week, Conor McDonald. Finally, he went from 3 votes last week on my for my Brownlow votes with 114, dropping down to a 46. How the fuck do you do that? You don't get tagged. I know we got rided through from Wharfie time, as they like to say. Get rid of that shit. Sounds fucking rank.
That was incredible.
No, shit.
Hell's Bells came on, and the Hawthorn disappeared.
Oh,
Yeah.
mate.
Wolfie time. Whoever came up with that, they need a raise. That is the,
Mate,
the
well, they're
greatest
looking at
thing I've seen.
trademarking it. The AFL want to trademark it. So, holy
of course they
shit,
do.
what are we doing? Yeah, exactly. Of course they do. But yeah, Connor McDonald, not a great week from him. Kind of his first bad week, I suppose, overall. But look, it was always going to be a tough time against Freo, mate. That midfield and their just overall play style is just
He had a
tremendous.
66 in round 6 against Port. But,
yeah, so another one. But and not you
there's
know.
only two.
Yeah.
Stand out.
Yeah, but for the guy that you paid, what, 60 for him, probably.
Oh yeah, I paid $600K for him at the start of the year, 650 or something
Yeah.
like that.
On the
So-
plus side, though, it hasn't hurt his break even and stuff too much, so you're not going to continue to potentially lose a lot.
Well, mate,
He's
as
only
we've got so
106,
many-
which is
We've got
his
so
average
many
it'll
problems
be
for the
fine.
forward line. Mate, Rochelle, as you pointed out, Rochelle and a few others, Murphy Reed, they're starting to slip a little bit, mate. So Sam Flanders was also starting to flip a little bit as well. But like obviously now with Nass out, which we'll get to later, he had a good game. So
Wait, is
he's
Nass
off the
out?
chopping block.
Nah, kidding.
Yeah,
We'll get to
well,
that later.
Oh, shit. Okay, Jesus.
if you haven't heard, spoiler alert.
yeah, Jesus. All right, so that's the flops of the week there from all of us.
Let's jump into trades. Or if you got to
Well,
sort
nah.
your shit out. Yeah,
Well,
we're going to get a
I-
debut segment.
I want to sort your shit out because I've got someone to add if you don't put him in there.
Well, why don't you go and
let's
I'll
go.
see if I can just you go, and I'll let you
All
know.
right.
I've only got 3 names, so
My sort your
go.
shit
Come on,
out
Tartan
is
Scurf.
Jack Steele.
Let's go.
All right. So it's the Gold Coast Sunnies. But Jack Steele, mate, what are you doing? Last 4, he's gone 87, 94, 65, 84. Like, that is not what we expected.
He's been the
from
tagger.
you.
Yeah,
He
he hasn't been
like,
tackling.
what?
He's only been averaging two or three.
He's
tackles
not been
a game.
cuddling people. You need more cuddling, Jack. Last time you cuddled 8 players in a game was back when you played the Suns at the MCG in round 4. Like, we want
What
you
did he do?
cuddling.
So you want some
He
more
did
public
112.
cuddling.
Yeah.
You want,
Public
you
colouring.
want to see some more public
We
cuddling.
want to see him affectionate
From
to
Steele.
the opposition.
Okay,
Oh,
cool.
whoa.
Get a couple of kiss on the cheek.
Whoa. What if he
So-
cuddles
Him into
coming?
bed.
Is that too much? If he cuddles coming, is that
He won't be cuddling coming until round 18, so we're okay. It's okay.
okay?
We're
We're all right.
safe.
Thought I'd check. That's all right. Just thought I'd double
You
check.
can't
That's
wait,
all right.
though.
I don't know if we might not be able to hold him until that round, but Jack Steele, you need to rock it up your ass. So come on, mate, give us some scores.
Was that it? Just the Jack
Yeah,
Steele?
just the Jack
Okay.
Steele.
I was going to put him in. I didn't at the last second. I just because his disposals and everything was enough. It just, as you pointed out, he's not cuddling enough. So look,
We're all
that
not
has
cuddling
been-
enough.
Well, that's very true. We all should be cuddling more, shouldn't we? Go cuddle someone, guys. I'm sure it'll make you feel better. Maybe not to the coming point, but maybe we'll see how you go. But anyway, so I've got 3 names that we can talk about on Sort Your Shit Out, though, but I haven't really blown up this year, and I'm still not quite there yet. Noah Anderson, number 1. He's down 160k. Did do the fight back is on 115 last week, so he's now starting to find his form. So will he? Hopefully, he won't be on the list much longer, but he does need to sort his shit out. But hopefully, it is the tides are changing. You are playing a TO again this week, right, Croxy? So he does seem to
Yeah,
do
we're
well up
playing
there.
TO.
Your whole team does perform extremely well. Have never lost up there, so he should do it right up there this week.
Yeah, and we're playing Port.
We spoke about this guy.
Garrett Pulte.
A lot of people have been umming and ahhing about this guy. I think it's just there's no point for him at this point. I gave him one more week last week. Finn Callahan, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Mate,
Against Essendon as well.
Mate, against Essendon as well, he's down 130 on the year. This is his last week to pull out something. If he doesn't do it, he's not an option. He doesn't deserve to
think
be
he
an
is.
option. And it's just the only thing I can think of that's really done the work on him this year. I know he's been tagged a few times. Clayton Oliver has just taken a lot of that outside game away from him. Like, Clayton is dishing it to him, but it's Clayton's just getting the ball and throwing it on the boot most of the time, getting his 30 disposals.
Do you think it's him or do you think it's Ash?
No,
Ash
but
just
Ash
gets
has
it
come
going.
in the
Doesn't really
midfield.
give it off.
Ash has come into the middle, but Clayton Oliver's the same as well, though, and that's been since the start. So I would say it's more like Clayton Oliver. You would think he could have come up a bit more now that Ash has only just come in and hasn't been tagged the last week or two. But now with, obviously, as you pointed out, Ash in, it's taking away even more. He is
So the last
looking
2
better
weeks-
overall. Like, if you've seen his game, he's looking great. He's firing off great kicks. He's looking around. He's doing all the right things. He's just not getting it enough as what he should be.
The last 2 weeks, the standouts for CBAs that aren't normally in there is last week was Toby Green at 53, and then you've got O'Halloran at 43 and Ash at 61 the week before that. He's pretty consistent. He's averaging for the season 73 Finn, so he's always in there. But yeah.
And he goes down back to pick
there's
up
just other
the
options.
he goes down back to pick up the ball back there as well. So
Yeah. And then this
you
one,
can't do it against Gold Coast. That's an easy
Mate.
matchup for mids, and then into Essendon, who you should be wiping the floor with that. You can't do it against these two. And I apologise, listeners. I did put him in my buy hold sell for the last couple of weeks. I'm completely off him. I'm glad I
said
off him
it's
last
good.
week.
It's good. Yeah, McCluggage was a better option, thankfully.
Yeah.
Last guy, look, as much as I really should rip this guy, his play style, not his play style, the game management for this guy fucking changes every week, and that's fucking this Clown Scott's problem. Tom Stewart, down 100k. Look, I know he's getting on. He's obviously been in the years, probably he's 10 years. Did started out as a 25-year-old, so he's getting on in age and whatnot. And the team setup is different, but we just need a little more. Like, how good did he look again when the team setup was right for him at the start of the season, doing his 100s, 110s, and looked fan-fucking-tastic. And then they change it because this Scott guy, neither of them know what the fuck they're doing, to be honest. Yeah. So hopefully one of them's gone in the next couple of weeks, though, so that should be all right. But yeah, Tom, sort your shit out, mate. Geelong aren't even winning. You guys aren't even performing realistically to what your standard should be at the moment, and I think some of that's on you, mate. So sort your shit out. And yeah, that's it. Pretty easy one.
Geelong are down, where are they? They're fifth at the moment, so they've actually won a couple of their last.
They're doing all right, but there's nothing been the Geelong for the last 2 years where they decimate. They're not decimating.
Yeah. And they're going to continue to do that, though.
All right, so that leads us into trades, I suppose.
Yeah.
Or most traded in and out, I should say. Let's do that first. So, Croxy, have you got your most traded out there?
Yeah, I do. Most traded out we have, at the top is Nasai Wanganeen-Miller, so that is no surprise there. Obviously, now that we've got the news that he's out for 3 with that calf, that he's not a corky, Ross. It's more than that. So 3 weeks for him.
These fucking coaches, man.
Bit unfortunate. Nas is actually going to be missing up until your Hawks, and then he goes into a James Jordan tag, so that's a very interesting one. Farah is second, with him making bulk cash. He's out the door for a lot of coaches. He's on 606k at the moment, so good time to get rid. 85 break even. He lost cash this week as well. Went down 12k.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, so it's definitely, he's hit above his ceiling. He's out the door. Third on the list is someone that Ryan mentioned, and I did slightly mention as well, and it's Rochelle with that terrible forward role now that he is not scoring. He's got a break-even 111. He's lost 30k this week. 9,114 people have shown him the door this week. And next one we got is Tanner Bruin. So Tanner Bruin
Time to go.
is a good he's a good min pricer that has done quite a lot for us this season so far. He is at 842k at the minute, and his break-even is 97. He lost 19k this week.
So that's just a cheap upgrade option. Oh, that's perfect. 840. That's only, 150k up to $1 million?
He's coming up against the Lions as well. So at the Gabba, not ideal. Yep. Good time to get off.
Perfect. People are smart.
Next one
They're
down. They are. Yeah. Jai Sarong is the next one down. So he missed with, was it a hammy or a calf? Just like a niggle. So I think it could be
hammy.
Yeah, hammy. I thought so. Yeah. Could be a test this week and back in potentially. It was tightness. It was not like it was awareness, hamstring awareness, I think. He is the 5th most traded out this week. And, Hawko, do you want to take away for the most traded in? Or should I do most traded out last week?
No, we usually don't do out for last week. I'll do most traded in for last week, though. So, obviously, number 1 was coming, most traded in last week. Break-even was a -2, only got a 29, but still made money, which was good. McCluggage, 806k, was finally nearly bottomed out. Like, geez, 800k is cheap. Break-even was a 76. What'd you get?
And Hugh did 95? So 93.
So, made 16k, which is all right there. Toby Murray, again, with the -10 made 64k, which was excellent. Nick Newman wasn't too great from him last week, but again, his break-even was 58, so made 18k, so pretty good there from Nick Newman, who a lot of people brought in, and obviously because he was still cheap, probably most people see D5, probably D6.
Yeah. He did get 78.
Yeah, 78. And then Bailey Dale was the same, 869, a little bit more expensive. Connor Buderick did come in and take a little bit of that away, but still scored. I think Bailey Dale still scored in the mid-80s, somewhere around there, 87 or something like that. Yeah. So not bad from him, and made 32k, so that was all right there. This week, mate, as the boys pointed out, you can kind of tell when things, who's going to come in with the prices and who's in and who's out. Nas, obviously, being a primo, being out for 3 weeks, you could hold him because a lot of players have come back early. A lot of people are like, well, the run's not there even when he comes back, as Croxy pointed out, into Hawthorn and Sydney, or maybe even just Sydney. Time to go. So the big man himself, Bontempelli, the man that deserves a Brownlow probably more than anyone, is under $1 million. Break even of an 85. Yeah, he's playing phenomenal. Break even of 85, projected at a 103. But I mean, realistically, if we get Black Boots Bont and he does 140, it's who knows what we can get with him. But we know what we can get with him. It's minimum 100 usually every week. So. Paddy Cross, I believe his name is the 274 KR. He's -3 break even, projected at a 48, so he can come in as well if you need that low option there. Isaac Rankin, look, I know he had a great score last week. You're just not going to see that every week though, but I mean, he is now on the rise. He has started out the season low. Rochelle was the other one who is now coming down. Rankin's going the other way, going up. Decent. The break even is low enough for you to do that. Projected at an 80, but who knows what he's going to do. It'll probably be anywhere between a 70 and a 120. So you realistically are going to get the money if you do need him, and that does give you another forward option. Right call for most people. Lockie Whitfield, again, still people pulling the pin on this guy. I didn't fully like what I saw from him last week. Kind of disappeared in that third quarter.
Third
or fourth quarter. It was good, but like he disappeared, which is a bit of a problem in that. But then that's going to happen. I suppose that's when Ash and Finn Callahan and those
did the 125
stepped up.
So. Like,
I know. I'm not saying but like he's still disappeared. You don't want players disappearing at all. Like that's why it's so hard between Ash and Whitfield. But obviously, as you pointed out, Ash going into the middle is hopefully a good option for Whitfield now to be being back to a D2, basically D2 or D1 at 1.05 million roughly. So that's pretty good there. And the last option, look, I know he had a good week, but we don't know what we're going to see with this guy. This guy is more injury prone than most players I know. I've been on this guy's back for the last 3 years, hoping he would succeed. Finally succeeding when he's not in my team. Connor Boderick, 728k, break even of a 53. That's his problem, though. I know he scored, a 117, I think he did. Took a bit away from Bailey Dale. But is he going to score that high again? Probably not. But, again, we don't know what the Bulldogs are going to be like, though, because he scored really well. But the problem was, I think he had 9 marks, I want to say, where Bailey Dale only had 2. You swing that the other way, and it's the other score again.
I think Bailey Dale's more like a run through from defence through the midfield, whereas Buderick's like a more getting the ball and using it well kind of thing. So I think they're more likely to want to get it to Buderick just for that than...
Yes and no. As they pointed out while he was gone, they played a lot better with Dale doing everything instead of Boderick doing the one thing. And then the markings, like I said, you swap the marking. It's not going to do anything. 700K
but now it gives you the 2 options back there, so it means that they're not
it's not going to be great. Yeah, but then it could go one way or the other. We just don't know. Exactly. 720k is, I suppose, if you're going to put him, you would have him as a forward option, correct?
Forward,
so I suppose that's what a lot of people would do.
I think, when he originally went out with injury, I sold him, and I was like, I'm probably going to get him back when he comes back.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to get him back this week, but it's
it's hard.
He's not going to do 114 every week.
No, exactly. But that's it for this week as well. So a lot of options though. But we'll see. Josh,
lots of chat.
I know you were out of that convo a little bit though. So do you want to do your trade options for this week? Obviously, with all the carnage going on, which there is a lot, but we'll do injuries and suspensions after this. What have you got for us?
Yeah, look. Last week I traded out Blamires and I went early on an Angry Anderson, brought in McCluggage and Burton. Pretty happy with the trade. little early on Anderson, but hey, look, he got me the premium that I wanted with some cash in the bank. This week, though, I'm dealing with an
What did
absolute
Burton do?
travesty and shit show. What did Burton
34.
do? Not very
34.
well. 34? Yeah.
Made,
So he still beat his break even.
Made 16K.
Which is what he's there for. He's also a Richmond player, so God forbid I have to play him in on field. At least he's there.
Yeah.
But let's take a look at what my proposed trades are this week. Now, normally I come in and I go, this is what I'm doing. And I am in an absolute state of panic at the moment because with some of the outs in my team, it's starting to all get a little bit scary. So I'm going to run you through the three options that I've got. Yes, that's right, Hawko. I did add an extra option just for you. We've got the option of Nas and English out the door. And if that's the case, I'm bringing in Brody Gundy and Carl Amon. And scoring a boatload of cash.
Amon?
Yeah, no, 100%. I've gone the same way, mate. We'll wait till we get to me. I'm the same. Amon is looking tremendous.
The second option I've got, if I decide not to trade Nasiah this week and look at dealing with some of the other people that might be going down in cash. So I've got two options here. I could go a Jai Farrow and a Braden Cook out the door, and I'd be bringing in Hugh Davies and Isaac Rankin. So going down by an extra rookie with a one down, one up strategy. Or I could go Farrow and Jagger Smith out the door, and that would bring in Hugh Davies and Bontempelli. It would mean that I do play Josh Lindsay at D6, which I'm comfortable with because I feel like so much of the competition is doing that.
I think the last option, mate, Bont in and Lindsay's fine as a D6. Yeah.
The only problem with that is that Jagger will get forward status, he would be he would be helping a lot.
But I
do still have
Murdoch.
I think he's kind of cover off in that forward line there. So that's kind of where we're sitting at the moment. I've got Roby on the bench as well, so he could absolutely slot into play when that round 12 bye happens. So, some things to play out, but I think that's probably where we're going to end up. The thing I don't like at the moment, I'm not happy that if I do that third trade, I'm missing Rankin because I think Rochelle's going down and Rankin's just going to go bulk cash up. And I want to keep that team value heading in the right direction. So we'll just see what happens.
All right.
Yeah, right.
What about yourselves?
Well, all right. So me, last week I went Jai Sarong out and Jai Farrow out. And Sarong was already in my options out anyway. So I was not mad about that one. Wasn't, pulling the pin on him just because of the late out. But I went Hugh McCluggage in and Kingy's favourite, Sam Cumming. Everyone loves Cumming. And that left me with 197k for this week. So I went, and last week I said, Finn Callahan is a must. And then I looked at it a bit longer and I was like, okay, Callahan has the good run right now. But looking at what he did against Gold Coast and looking at McCluggage later on the season, I'm pretty sure McCluggage is going to be the better play here. Save myself. What was it? 140k, I think, off the top of my head.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And so I went McCluggage. He did a 93 versus Whitfield's 95. So I actually am pretty stoked with that. This week, though, we've got three options as well. So similar to Josh, I've got Dyson Sharp and Angry Anderson out. Both I'm going slightly early on. But this would allow me to get two mids in and potentially move one of these mid-forward options into the forward line. And that is Toby Green in and Jack Ison in. So he's the rookie that is playing for Carlton this week.
For Carlton. Yep.
Yeah. So 230k are there. The next option I've got is probably the one that I'm leaning towards, and that is Lockie McAndrew out, Brody Grundy in, and Blameyer's out and Hugh Davies in. So Davies is the Freo option there for 230k debuting this week. And Grundy, I think he might have getting close to the bottom of his cash price here. He is up against Collingwood this week, and then he goes Geelong and
no
Richmond.
Darcy Cameron, mate. No Darcy Cameron,
exactly. And so I think McAndrew has topped out at his price just about. Getting on to Grundy when he's kind of down at his bottom, towards his bottom, and then he looks like, apart from Luke Jackson, who we talked about earlier, I've got one of the better ruck options for the rest of the year in regards to runs. So I'm fairly confident that would be what I go with. But the third option...
You know what's crazy? Just quickly. Brodie Grundy's record or average against Collingwood, 82.8.
Oh, it's not great, yeah.
What's that about? Get some revenge about you, Brodie.
The other one, sorry, in that trade is I might change to Lockie Carmichael if he's named for the Bulldogs because they were pretty hot at the start of the season. And this one's very left field, but one of the outs is one guy I talked about, which is Rochelle. So obviously that role change is not great. And I've gone Rochelle in Houston a week early because I think the reason being is Houston, Howe, and Moore all playing together. Houston scored like a 58 at the start of the season, shithouse. Then this week, Moore gets concussed in the third quarter, and the first quarter, Houston scores an 11, and he scored 17 in the second quarter. And then once Darcy Moore gets injured, he scores a 26 in the third and a 35. So he actually made it quite respectable just because of that Darcy Moore out. So I don't like that. I think if I don't do that this week, he's out the next week when they're all back, and then Archie Roberts is in as well. But that one, as Josh has pointed out to me before the podcast, is paying up for someone when you should be looking at value. So that's the third on the list of my trades for the week. Options.
I think, mate, so far Josh's third option was the best, and I'd say so far your first option is the best.
The green ISO, or the Grundy? The Grundy.
I think it was, I can't remember. It was the first option, whatever that was. But yeah, all right. So on to me. So last week I went Todd Marshall and Sam Grill out, getting rid of those rookies, and Todd Marshall being the spud that he is, always being injured every second week. Bodie Ryan, the defensive rookie, looked pretty good, but didn't score well. Only scored, I think he got his break even just, so nothing special
20-something or 30-something, right?
Yeah, 2026, I think he got his break even, so nothing special, unfortunately, there. And then Bailey Dale came in. Look, I just stuck with my guns after... all these late changes that I've been doing. Scored relatively well for me, so I will take that. Solidifies my defense fairly well. All right, and then now I'm the same as the boys though, which is crazy. We both got three options this week, which the carnage is happening. So my three that I'm looking at are I've got Blamaez and Jai Sarong out for Jack Ison and Marcus Bontempelli, so pretty stock standard there. However, I'm in the boat with Josh, though. I have Naz. Now, as we pointed out already on this podcast, 3 weeks out and then come back into a double tag week is kind of crazy. So these next two are with Nas out. So one is a Nas out for Bont and Jai Sarong out for Darcy Wilson, who looked tremendous on the weekend, is only 710k, has the mid-forward option as well, which is always nice to look at. And as we point out, Nass is out, so it should be good. But he did kick 4 goals, but had 20-plus disposals. So good score, but it will maintain. But will he do that well over the next few weeks? Who's to say? My last trade, which is where I'm more leaning towards... Jai Sarong out for Tom Sparrow. Now, we haven't really mentioned Tom Sparrow.
Yeah, I like that.
On this podcast before. Normally a draft option, but man, he, as we pointed out before, as Croxy pointed out before, I should say, cuddling. A bit of a thing down in Melbourne. Sparrow's been doing the cuddling over the past 4 weeks instead of Jack Steele. I think he's been averaging about 6 or 7 tackles a game, if not more. And he's just all around the ball, kicking goals, a goal a game as well, nearly 20-plus disposals and a lot of tackles. I think he's 780k, I want to say. So another under 800k, and he's been averaging nearly 100 over the past 3 weeks. So that's where I'm going as well. And then Nass out for, and Josh brought him up before, even though he's a Hawks boy, Carl Amon, who is averaging 115 over the past 3. Didn't start out the season strong, dropped a lot of cash early, but the last 3 weeks is really firing, and his break-even's extremely low. And then that would shore up all my defense, all my forwards, but then the midfield is still lacking. So 3 options from all of us, and we'll let you know tomorrow night before the Thursday night cracker at the Gabba what our options and where we've gone.
Yeah, I really like the Wilson
it's going to be hard.
option. Mainly because he's had so much time in the midfield. And when he was going forward last week, he just looked like he was going to kick a goal every time. So, yeah, and he's gone up in his mid-time now that NASA's out as well.
Yeah, with Nas out, yeah, exactly. It's just, do you go with Saint
do
for
they,
Saint?
Do they bring someone in, though, that covers Nas, and so then he doesn't get that bump that he got? I don't know.
Let's have a look at his CBAs just real quick as well. Darcy Wilson, he didn't have me.
I love the Tom Sparrow pick.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like I said, you boys obviously Crossy's
8%.
liking my second option, Josh liking my third. As much as I want to probably keep Nas, I think it's the right option. As much as you don't like doing
I
sideways
think, given
trades.
what we discussed about earlier, like the fact that when he comes back, he's got the James Jordan tag, and then he goes into Giants, Bulldogs, and then he gets a good one with Essendon, and then later on he goes, what is it, around 19, 20, and 21, it's tag with Mullen from the Cats, tag with Finn O'Sullivan or Simpkin from North, and then tag with James Jordan, like 3 in a row.
Yeah.
That's
so now's the time to go. If he played these next 3, like we would have been like, perfect, let's go Nas. He'd probably be up to 1.15 million, and we would have been living life. Yeah. But look, I think it's time to go. So it'd probably be one of those 2 options. Obviously, one of you is leaning one of us is leading the other. Who knows? The way my season's been playing out, I might flip a coin. So we'll see how we go tomorrow night.
Yeah.
All right. Obviously, Ryan is not here, so he can't go over his top 9. But what I will do is, though, I've got 6 names here that are either debuting this week or are on the cusp, and we'll just go over them real quick. And hopefully, maybe if you're looking at a 230k, this could be somebody to bring in. So, as we pointed out in our trades, Jack Eisen for Carlton is debuting this week.
Yep.
For the Blues, I think he's averaging 2 goals a game in the VFL, which is really good. He's like that mid-forward hybrid option. He's only a mid option, though, so be careful with that. Jack whatever you want to call it, is on the fence at the moment with the Giants. Look, he's probably ready to debut, but it's just one of those players that it's sometimes hard to crack into the team. Now back to somebody who we definitely know is debuting. Poor Richmond, though, guys. They cannot cop enough bullets. It's so sad. Noah Roberts-Thompson. Look, mate, I'm sorry. I have no idea who you are. I don't even think Ryan knows who you are. So, look, they are copping bullets left and right. He is debuting no matter what. He has to debut no matter what this week. And what I'm trying to point out on that is, poor Richmond fans, you don't have enough players. You don't have enough eligible, fielded, non-injured players to play this week. So this guy has to play. And if Caleb Smith, who's on the injury list, also doesn't play this week, you don't have 26 players. You are literally down. God forbid you get injured walking out through the banner and the banner bumps you back and you do some injury there. Like, God forbid. But look, hopefully you get through it. It was just like West Coast and Essendon over the past couple of years. So hopefully you guys are doing all right. It's good for fantasy owners, though. Another player, though, who is on the fence is Cam Nan for the Hawks. A couple of injuries the Hawks have popped up. No Nash, no Gunston, no Chol, no Deer. A lot of players there getting injured there. So this guy's a mid-forward, which is nice. A DPP player for a 230k rookie. I think he's 278k rookie, sorry. And hopefully he's on the fence there. Another one that's definitely playing this week, or should be, like it's 90%, is Hugh Davies for the Dockers. Alex Pearce is out. He's a defender. So there you go. There's a defensive option that I'm giving you. 230k. I don't know how well he's going to go, but that's an option for you there. The last one, again, on the fence, but when do you fit him in? He can go in possibly this week with Pendles obviously sitting, being managed. Not that he wants to play his record game in the SCG or not. Yeah, it's managed. Yeah, sure, Collingwood. Why don't we just, bullshit the league a bit more, but whatever. Sam Swadling. Young fella there is another mid player there, so he also could be looking pretty good there. But you do have Angry Anderson there, so do they really blood another midfielder while Pendles is out? Who knows? And yeah, that's a quick little wrap up of players on the cusp of hopefully getting some rookie cash gen into our team, because God knows we need it.
Yeah, we really do. We need those options coming through, especially in the defensive line. Some reliable downgrade options, because I think a lot of coaches have, or we've seen, right? We've had Nas out, Jai Farrow. If you didn't do a Jai Sarong, there's lots of people that we need to be able to downgrade, and we need these rookie options coming through.
Yeah, the main thing I don't like about that trade that I was saying is that Hugh Davies you'd be potentially only get him in for a week, maybe if Pierce comes back, right? And there's no other changes at Freo. So
Yeah.
Who knows? Unless he has a blinder and he stays in, because you know some players in the Richmond defensive line have been having good weeks, but then sometimes they've been having bad weeks. So who knows what's going to happen there? Injuries and suspensions.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah. So let's have a look at the injury list. Let me bring that up. Starting off with, I guess, some of the big guys. Tim English, concussion protocols, so he's out for the 10 to 12 days. 12 days, I think it is. Should be okay to be back for the second game, and only miss one. But given his history, they might take it easy. Yeah. So we'll see. Darcy Cameron has that ankle concern that he's kind of been trying to work through. It doesn't look like he's going to get up for that, so he's out.
Oscar Steen, mate. All Oscar Steen.
Big Oscar Steen is coming through. We've got Lincoln McCarthy. He's done his hamstring, so has been a bit of an integral person down in that back line. With Fletcher coming back in, that's obviously that spot short up. Zach Williams also had an ankle. We did have the concussion of Lipinski and Moore in the Pies team, so just keep an eye on that for who fills those gaps. Maybe we do get an option there. Maybe Angry Anderson is going to do well with Lipper out. As Croxy mentioned, Dyson Sharp did that shoulder, so he's set for a bit of a stint on the sidelines. Alex Pearce has done his knee, so bit of a concern there, 3 weeks on the sideline. Harry Rouston, oddly enough, has a knee infection, and he's out for 2 weeks. So not done a knee, but has, I guess, some maybe some debris or something and causing some issues.
Just cutting you off there, Alex. I thought Alex Pearce was only 2, but if he's 3 weeks, Hugh Davies might be an option there, Croxy.
Yeah, they've listed him as 3 weeks on the injury report, but we know how reliable these injury reports are.
And while you're just talking about Steen and bloody Darcy Cameron there, I've just thought, if Steen's going to play all right, maybe I might just move Rochelle out and put Kalani White in and put Steen to the forward line, and that would give me 405k for next week, which is actually mental.
Possible. There you go. See more options for Croxy.
Yeah.
Matt Rao is a test, so just stay tuned for that and see how he goes. Tom Barras, unfortunately, has done some great things over in the Hawks at his first season and a half, but copped that hamstring, 3 to 5 weeks for him. Bergman has a toe ligament injury that's listed as to be confirmed.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So we don't know how that's going to go down. Toe turf or something. Turf toe. Josh Ly's out with a concussion. Nass has got that 3 weeks, and Wilkie will be a test.
You've got to hope Wilkie comes back in.
Yeah, we'll see how he goes, because he obviously went down early in that game in the first quarter. And then finally, Jamie Cripps in the waffle did his knee. So not great there. But plenty of opportunity comes from some of these injuries. Not to sound like Warn Dog, but the crisis presents opportunity. Now, we speak about some crisis, and I talked rumour mill. There are rumours and some innuendos and some concerns around some players missing. So 2 big, expensive players in Bailey Smith and Nick Dacos. There's rumours they will not get up for their match. And then the third one is actually Lockie McAndrew. So was on the sidelines watching training, and that was even with, what's his name? Big Riley Tilthorpe out of training as well. So they had Toby Murray in doing the rucking.
Toby Murray was the number one ruck,
taking on Riley O'Brien, and that was Braden Ingram, the reporter from Adelaide, put that out. So it's definitely one to be an eye on. What it could be is just, hey, they know that he's been able to show that he can do it, and they're confident in him being number one ruck. What they're looking for is maybe Toby Murray to give some support or something, having been going back into the squad. But that is the injury report. Any injuries there that I may have missed, lads, that you are eagle-eyed and all over?
No, I think that's everything, mate. I think that is everything. And then we go into Croxy's favourite section, mate.
The great news is that there's no MRO because no one ever gets suspended anymore. It doesn't matter what goes on. You just get fines.
Cozzy didn't get anything, did he?
Nah, it was a football incident.
I mean,
incident.
Waterman's
Actually, I
got a
take
big
that
enough
back.
head
There
that you
was
can barely miss him.
there was a suspension actually, but it was in the VFL. I do believe it was the Flying Viking, or was
Oh
it?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
he
he took a
was
swing.
throwing. Yeah,
He
he
took
did.
a
No, mate,
swing.
that swing. They were lying on the ground. I don't know if you can call it a swing, but a couple
Yeah,
of
well,
punches
he
went
was lying
right
on the ground next to him, and he's kind of put
Yeah.
one over his. Yeah,
He
Yeah.
The
did.
problem is, though,
Didn't look good.
he hit him once, and the umpire was like, "Oh, yeah, it's after the siren. I'll let it go." And then he hit him again. I was like, "Oh, mate, you can't do that." So, but he's out for probably. He's been given 3 weeks, can accept 2, so he will not be coming back in for Naz and Wilkie, which I think they probably were looking at bringing.
They
him
would have
in.
liked him for Wilkie.
Yep.
Mm.
So there goes that. But yeah, just the tips.
Just the tips.
Just
That's
the
my favourite
tips.
segment. So we're starting off with the Thursday night blockbuster, Lions versus Geelong Cats. So it's a replay of the final.
I think at the Gabba, I'm going to go the Lions. Unfortunately.
The Queensland-ish colours here. Let's go to the Lions. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go Lions. I think by 20.
I'm going
the
26.
Gabatoire's looking very nice.
14 for me.
14. All right. Sydney Swans versus Collingwood, and this is at the SCG. So I'm going with the Swans here.
I'm going the Swans
They're on a
because
roll.
if Nick Dacos is out, game over.
Yeah.
Yeah, and look,
That means
no Pendles.
Jordan gets to tag someone else.
Yeah, well, gee, he might not tag. He might do 40 disposals by himself and be like, "Fuck, is this what it's like when I don't have to actually have a job? I
Yeah.
can go do whatever I want."
How funny would it be if they just decide, oh, that's not going to happen, but if they just decide, oh, yeah, we'll go late in Pendles for Nick Dacos because we want to shore up the midfield. And then all these people that have been looking forward to the MCG record-breaking game miss out on it. I know, they're not going to do that. Money talks.
Yeah, well, thing is, he's get 100% of the bloody merchandising sales, which is a joke, but righto, anyway.
Yeah, that's...
Well, let's see what
Gold Coast
what's it
Suns
called?
and Yarrapulti.
Yarrapulti, yeah. I mean, as we pointed out before, you boys are playing a TO, slowly building on form, which is good, even though the same can be said of Port Adelaide, but I think at TO you guys are going to be too strong.
That's
Yeah,
what
I'm
I've gone
gonna
with,
go
the
Suns.
Yeah.
Kawana versus North Melbourne. I'm going with...
This is an
Adelaide
interesting one.
Mate, we unfortunately, as I was going back over most of our sort the tips out, sort your shit out, just the tips. Mate, we say this about North Melbourne every week because they're just a challenging side. Sometimes they are growing in form. We don't know what North we're going to get, and we don't know what Adelaide we're going to get. But I think Adelaide are now finding their form, and they're at home, so I think Adelaide should be the option.
Yeah. Nam versus your Hawks, Hawthorn.
Mate, I could not tell you this week. I'm surprised it's not closer in odds. I'm going to go Hawks as well, but who knows?
Yeah,
What,
Hawks.
mate? If we verse the Melbourne team that versed the Bombers, we should win by 100. But who knows?
Is Black Magic back or is he still out?
Nope. No Black
I still
Magic.
don't like
no
his.
Sear.
I still don't like his using that.
Don't react
term.
like that, Nick. You're making it into a thing. It's his nickname.
Because I
The
get
Charles
that, but
Royce.
it's still...
Only Hawks
It's
fans
just-
can call him that, or other
I'll
players,
call him whatever I want.
other individual people. You can't say that word, mate. You can't be doing that.
I can.
Yeah.
He's nicknamed
I'm-
Black Magic. He does some
Well-
magical
Oh,
things.
Jesus, stop
I'm
yelling
gonna
it.
start. I'm gonna start calling you White Magic then. All right. Just
That's
relax.
okay. Maybe
Just-
I am. Maybe I do
Oh.
some wonderful things. I don't know.
Fiery redhead, more like it.
Come and
He's getting up.
find-
He's getting
come
up and
find
about.
out.
All right. So what are you going? All
Carlton.
All Hawks.
He's going Hawks.
Hawks. All right. Carlton Bulldogs.
Carlton Bulldogs.
Doggies, bark.
Yeah.
I would like to see the stats on teams coming back after losing a coach, because sometimes
they always
teams rally
win.
around.
They do use it's more than losses. It's definitely up more than it's down. I'll tell you that.
Carlton could be a dark horse here. Anyways, I'm going Doggies.
Why are they a dark
Jesus.
horse? Why are they just a horse? You can't
Oh,
say
well,
that.
Why
they've got
are
a
they
dark
blue?
logo, a dark blue logo.
Yeah.
So
Why are they a blue or red horse? Come
They
on,
could be
mate.
dark blue magic.
Yeah, I don't like you
Jesus
saying
Christ.
that.
Moving on, Essendon versus Wally Up. Sorry, Wally
I'm going to go with
yeah.
Wally up.
Yeah,
Well,
there
yeah,
it is,
yeah.
Josh. Josh has finally decided
yeah.
the last few weeks he's gone against his team, and it's helping his tips
Worked.
at least. So
Mate,
yeah.
I've got a perfect round last week.
Yeah, there you go.
All right.
Wait, is that 2 weeks in a row? You got a perfect round, or 2 out of 3?
No, I got 8 and then 9.
Oh, okay. Mate, you're on a run.
Euroke versus Richmond.
I mean, regardless of who's
I'm
out
going
for
25
the
men.
Saints, I think we can.
25
You're
men.
The
not.
25 men.
What are you, Bonnie Blue? Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay. You can't say that. No, I'm going Euroke.
Euroke. All right. I think we can all say that, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm going
While, Marawa versus Giants. All right. Yeah, I'm going Giants as well.
I don't know if you guys saw the percentages of all those, but every single one of those games, apart from one, was above 90%.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's pretty convincing.
And it's the first one, Lions versus Cats.
Yeah.
And even that's pretty high as well. So
Wild
it's
that only
89.
14% of
86,
people
sorry.
are giving Geelong a chance. Only 14%. That's pretty crazy.
That's lower than you think, yeah. But anyway, though, that is just the tips.
How about this? I just realised I'm on my streak. I'm on 12 in a row on my streak.
Are you still
That's
going
decent.
for the streak?
The current leaders.
No, not Gauntlet,
30.
Josh. Streak. Not
Streak.
Gauntlet,
Yeah, how?
streak.
I don't know. I don't know how to do that.
So it's basically you pick and you don't have to pick every game of the round, but you pick the ones you're pretty confident on, and then if they win, you continue your streak on. So like for example, this week I'm not going on Brisbane Cats. I'm going on Sydney versus Collingwood, Sydney, Gold Coast versus Port, and Gold Coast, and then I'm not betting on Adelaide
we're not
and
betting.
North Melbourne.
We're not betting at all,
sorry.
but anyway, that's like 5.
Tipping. Anyway,
you get 5
yeah.
towards your streak. Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. So like, yeah, it's interesting, but yeah, that's just the tips.
All right.
There you
Well,
go.
that's it. As we pointed out, hopefully you guys have a good week, and hopefully you're enjoying the content. A few options this week, which is good. Ryan obviously can't help us because he's dead in the water somewhere, but
if you've got any
guys are doing
questions
well.
for next week, hit us up on our socials. We've been a bit more active on the reels and stuff out there, so hit us up on when we post our podcast links there, I reckon, and just in the comments, just give us a question if you want, and it's at the Lockout Pod on all the social media.
Mate, that split second of after the little clip of coming last week of Josh's face and mine, two different contrasting options there. So that was interesting. But
both lost the plot. I think this week it's you, Hawko, and Steele and cuddling coming. I think, isn't it?
Yeah, I kind of regret that one.
That's going to go up there, I reckon. So yeah,
anyway,
we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you very much for listening.
See you
Good
guys.
luck with the trades this week. Stay tuned, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, laters.